Good morning, everyone. Let's get started. Okay. So today we are going to see about row level security. Okay. So what is the row level security? Let's see that. Uh, let's say that I am on this page. Okay. Page three. Yeah. Now what I need to do is I need to share this report with all of you. Yeah. But while sharing that, what I need to do is I need to restrict the view of this report to each one of you for different countries. Yeah. Let's say when Amit tries to access this report, he will only be able to see Mexico's data. Yeah. When Swati accesses the report, she would be able to see Canada's data. Yeah. When Samir tried to access it, he would able to see United States and Germany together. Yeah, like this. So if you want to um, restrict the view for a certain filter or a certain um, value from a particular column, then row level security can be implemented. Yeah. Let's take the example of segments. Okay. So we can create a row level security and then add the users into it so that the users, when they try to log in, they would be able to see only the restricted data, not all the data. Yeah, when I say restricted data, let's say I just need to create a role which will give us government, the segment government. Yeah. So the users that I add to this role that I will create, they will only be able to see the data for the segment government. Okay. So for this reason, we will create a row level security. Yeah. Now, row level security consists of two steps. The first one is creating the role, yeah, which is done inside Power BI desktop. Okay. Second is map users to the role. Yeah. This is done in Power BI service. Okay. Yes, there are two steps to it. Yeah. So let's see the first step, which is creating the role. Yeah. Okay. So to create a role, you can go to modeling, manage roles. Yeah. When you click on manage roles, you will get this blank pop-up. Yeah. You can go ahead, create a role. Let's call this role. It's like government. Okay. Now, from which table I need to add that is from the financials table. So I'll go to the financials table, click on this three dots. I'll say add filter segment. Yeah. Because I need to filter segment. Right. So I'll select segment instead of value. I'll just enter it here. That's it. And the role is created. I will verify whether the DAX formula is correct or not. It's not giving me any error. So that's fine. Let's save the role. Yeah. So I have created the role. Yeah. So before I go ahead and map the users, I will test this role once. Yeah. So how will I do that? I can go to view as role. I'll select government. I'll hit OK. There you go. So now you will only be able to see government's data. Yeah. Not only in this page, any page you go, you will see only government. Yeah. Because it does not only restrict for a particular page, but for the complete report, it will restrict that. Yeah. Mm, Let's see. Okay, yeah, it is not there. Let's add that. So if I say add segment here, there you go, right? Even if you go to the data view, for the financial table. We'll only see the segment government. Okay. Yeah. So this is how you test it. Once you create the role, you can go to view as and then test the role. Yeah. Now this was adding only one value at a time, right? Okay. One value role. What if I need to create multiple? Let's say I need to create it for the euro, yeah, in which I have two countries. So I can say country, yeah, and the same thing, the same formula that we use in. And then I can view that as well. There you go. That is France and Germany. Yeah. This slicer is coming from a different table. That's why all the countries visible there. Yeah. But if you go to any other page wherein that table is being used, only that particular country, that two countries would be selected. Yes. There you go. France, Germany. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to page 4. France and Germany. Yeah. So you can add multiple values as well. Yeah. Now we saw how to add a single value. We saw how to add multiple values to the row level security. Let's see if we can add multiple columns and the values in that. Yeah. So let's say I'll create a new role. We'll just name it as new role. Okay. From financials, I'll say product. Yeah. Is equal to VTT. And then I'll say and again, I'll go ahead and add. So discount band is equal to, sorry, I don't need to type this. As soon as I add the new field, it will automatically add the and. Yeah. So discount band high. Let's say here I need multiple. So again, I will create a subset in high, medium. That's it. Check the role. It's working fine. Hit OK. Yeah. So product would be VTT and discount band would be high. So if I select the new role, you can see that here, VTT. And if I need the discount band high and medium, let's see that. Yeah, high and medium product is VTT. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we saw three types of rule, right? One was a single value, multiple values. Yeah. Multiple columns, multiple values. Okay. Clear for the first step, which is creating the rule, right?
Yes.
Once you create the role, then what you do is you publish this report. Okay. So creating the role is your last step before you publish this report to the server, to the Power BI service. Okay. So let's publish this report to Power BI service. Before that, I'll make some changes underneath this table. Remove everything from page one. Let's format it in a nice way. I'll add some text to it. Yeah. Let's say this is my title of the report. Yeah. Add this. Let's see. Let's change the format to white. And I'll add a background. Okay. Good. Let's publish this report. Yeah. How do you publish this? You click on this publish icon. Yeah. Now I have given you an ID. Yeah. You can use that ID to publish your report as well so that I will be able to test. Okay. So I'll log in here. Okay. And I will select my workspace. Ignore all of this, right? We will discuss about what this is. Yeah. By default, I'm gonna publish this to my workspace. Yeah, it's still publishing. Once it is completed, you will receive a message here stating that it is published, and it will give you a link to go to that report. Yeah, there you go. So you can open this directly in the Power BI, and you can also get the insights from here itself. Yeah, what is insights? We will also see that. Yeah, so you can say got it. Okay, because now it is published. Okay. Now, instead of clicking on the link, I'll tell you how to navigate to that report. Okay. So open the browser, go to Power BI, which is app.powerbi.com. Sign in with that credentials, right? And then where did you publish it? You published it to the My Workspace. Yeah. So on the extreme left hand side, you have these icons. The second last icon would be Workspaces. Yeah. Click on that Workspaces, then click on My Workspace. Yeah. You'll see all the reports listed here. Okay. So ours is batch 38 to B38, that is here. Yeah. So you see this icon, it denotes that this is the new one that has arrived. Yeah. Now, remember, whenever you publish a report to Power BI service, it gets published into two possible ways. Yeah. Not two possible ways, but two parts. Okay. First one is the report view. Yeah. And the second one is the data set view. Yeah. So the report view is this front end. All these pages is your report. This is your data set. Yeah. All this is your data set. Okay. So the row level security that we applied. Yeah. The row level security that we applied. Okay. This was on the data set, right? So we are applying it on the data directly, not on the report. Because if it was on the report, we would apply it from the filters page. Okay. So the row level security, we have applied it on the data set, right? So I will go to the data sets option to map the users to the roles. Okay. Yeah. So understood how it gets published into two parts. One is the report and one is the data set. Yeah. If you see here, type is report. If you see the blue color icon with the bars, then that's a report. If you see an orange color icon with the dataset icon, then that's the dataset. Yeah, you can see it here. The type is dataset. Okay, so I'll show you the report once, how it looks like once published. I opened the report. This is how it looks like. All the pages are here. Yeah. So if you see the hidden page, which was product drill through and tooltip are the hidden page, they will not be visible here. Okay. And the buttons work with single click now. See, everything works fine. I can go to page one again. Yeah. I have the Q&A built in here, right? This will take me to another URL, right? All that is easily accessible. Yeah. Okay. So now let's go to the data set and map the users. How will you do that? You'll go to the three dots of the data set and you'll select security. Yeah. When you click on security, you will start seeing the row level security section. Yeah. So you'll see the same roles that you create, right? So how do you map users? You just go ahead and add the users here. Yeah. Let's say for the new role, I will add your user batch 37 you are using, right? So I can say batch 37. Yeah. If you are using batch 38, I can add that as well, right? So now how many users I added? Two. If you notice, the role is written and inside the bracket 0 is written. Yeah. That denotes how many users are there in that currently. Yeah. So I'm adding two users here, right? If I say add, you'll see the number changing. I can save this. Yeah. Okay. So this is how you map the users to a row. Okay. Yeah. Clear till here? Now, one thing to note is that only adding the users to the row level security will not provide the access to the report to the users. Yeah. If batch 37 or batch 38 needs to access this report, we need to give the access to the report directly first. Yeah. So not only in the row level security, but you will go to manage permissions of the three dots and you will add users to it. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. When you add users to a report, okay, there are few options. Yeah. How do you add the access to the users? You can go to the data set, manage permissions. Yeah. So let's add it here. Yeah. So once you map the users, check for the report access for each user. Yeah. When I said check, that means if the report is not accessible by them, then there's no use of sharing the URL because when they try to access that URL, it will directly say you don't have permissions. Yeah. So you need to check the report access for the users. Yeah. Again, this is Power BI service. Okay. So how do you check that is you go to the three dots and you say manage permissions. Yeah. This is for the data set. Okay. If you click on the three dots of report, you will not find that option. Yeah, manage permissions is there as well. That's great. Now they have included it. Yeah, but the security option is only available for the data set. Okay, so let's go to manage permissions. I'll say direct access. I'll say add user. Yeah. Now, while adding a user, I can just search for the user ID, right? Let's say batch 37. Once I search for the user ID, I have these options. So we'll go from the bottom. Do I need to send an email notification to them? No. I'll deselect it. If I want them to share this report further to any users, yeah, I can restrict that. I don't want them to share this so that they will come to me for requesting the access and then I will share this report with others. Yeah. So remove that uh, level of access. Second one, it says allow recipients to build content with the report, the data set, data associated with this report. Yeah. So what I need to do is I don't want to allow the end user or the users with which I'm sharing this report is I don't want them to build their own report from the data set. Yeah. If I don't want that, I'll disable this. Yeah. But if I want them to build their report, if they can go ahead and build the report, that's very good. So I can enable this. Yeah. So I will enable this as of now and I will grant the access. Now they are listed here, right? And you will see the access permission type here. If I need to change it, I can change it here. Yeah. If I need to add the reshare, I can do it here. Yeah. I'm the owner is that That's what it denotes. So I don't have the option to change anything. Yeah. Okay. So now I have given the access. Yeah. Now I will show you how that user would be able to see. So let's go to a new tab, and I will use batch 37. Okay. If I go to my workspace, I will not be able to see that report. But if I go to the shared report shared with me, um, where I can see that now everything has changed here. Let's see. Yeah. Yes. There you go. So I'm able to access it. I can just click on it. I'll be able to see it. Now, what was the restriction for batch 37? It was product VTT and high and medium. There you go. Yeah. So wherever I go, I would see that restricted data only. Okay. So go to page 4. Yeah. VTT and high and medium is the restriction. Okay. It's good. I'm here. Yeah. I have it from a different data. That's why it is not giving me the correct results. Okay. Yeah. Understood this, how it works, right? Now, I was able to access this. I was able to use this user ID password to access this and see, right? But what if I don't have the user ID password for each user, but I need to test how it would be visible to them? Yeah. For that, what you can do is I can go to security, click on any of the role. Yeah. You can go to security. Yeah. And you can click on any of the role. Let's say new role. Yeah. I can click on this 3 dots and I can say test as role. Yeah. So when I'm testing as this as new role, I will be able to see the same data. Yeah. So product is VTT, discount band is high and medium. Yes. Everything else would remain the same. Yeah. If you want to test the user as test a user for the role. Yeah. So what you can view is now viewing as. Yeah. So I can add the username here directly. Yeah. So even though I am logged in with my credentials, if I want to test how the user would be able to see this report, I can do that. So if batch 37 logs in, how he will be able to see the report? I can say apply. So it will say now viewing as batch 37. If I go to page 2, I'll see the same restriction. So only VTT is visible and high and medium is the um, discount band, which is visible, right? So this is how you can create a row level security and then test it by yourself in the cloud as well, in Power BI service as well. Okay. Any questions, anyone till here? We have one more advanced level of row level security, which we will see shortly. Yeah, using a DAX function called as user principal name. Yeah, again, that will go through these 3. Yeah, so before we go there, is row level security clear? The concept, what it is, why we need to use it? Any questions, anyone for that?
सर वो न्यू रो जो था ना कॉलम जो हमने जो क्रिएट किया था रोल से ये जो रोल जो क्रिएट किए थे 3 किए थे ना गवर्नमेंट यूरोप और न्यू रो उसमें सर जब आपने ये जो एंड यूजर जैसे 38 और 37 बैच 38 37 जब ऐड किया तो वहां पे कॉलम में ब्रैकेट में 2 क्यों आया? वो तो कॉलम है ना, वहां पे 2 क्यों आ रहा है?
वो यूजर्स का काउंट है।
तो उसमें क्यों जा रहा है कॉलम? मतलब वो तो हमारा कॉलम था ना हाई और मीडियम का। हाँ ये।
नहीं नहीं, यहाँ पे मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ, ये जो जीरो है ये यूजर्स का काउंट डिनोट करता है कि आपने यूजर्स कितने ऐड किए हैं इस रोल में। ओके, नो अदर इंफॉर्मेशन। यहाँ पे ये बस रोल का नाम है, और ब्रैकेट के अंदर वो कितने यूजर्स आप उसमें ऐड कर रहे हो उसका काउंट देगा। फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ आई जस्ट ऐड वन, ओके, ये वाला यूजर में ऐड करता हूँ तो अभी कितना दिख रहा है, वन। इफ आई गो ऑन एडिंग द यूजर्स, अब कितना हो गया, थ्री, राइट। यूरोप में जीरो हो गया, वाई, बिकॉज उसमें मैंने यूजर ही ऐड नहीं किया। सो इट्स जस्ट द काउंट, नथिंग एल्स।
अच्छा, हर कॉलम का व्यू देखने के लिए अलग अलग यूजर्स,
कॉलम
तो
नहीं,
उनका
कॉलम भूल
काउंट
जाओ,
उसमें
यहाँ पे कॉलम भूल जाओ, कॉलम नहीं है। यहाँ पे हम सिर्फ रोल के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं। रोल के अंदर आपने कितने कॉलम्स डाले हैं कितने कॉलम्स नहीं डाले हैं वो तो रोल के अंदर की बात है,
अच्छा।
फॉर्मूला है। राइट,
हाँ।
यहाँ पे वो फॉर्मूला,
हाँ।
वो फिल्टर है। राइट, सो वो
हम्म।
कितने भी कॉलम्स आप डालो कितने भी कॉलम्स नहीं डालो उससे मैटर नहीं करता। जो रोल आपने क्रिएट किया है उसमें कितने यूजर्स ऐड कर रहे हैं वो काउंट डिनोट करता है।
अच्छा, और ये जितने भी रोल है ये सारे डेटा सेट के लिए, जो यूजर हमने ऐड
हाँ,
किया है वो डेटा सेट के लिए, करेक्ट ना? तो
डेटा
सर
सेट।
रिपोर्ट तो, हाँ, तो बाय डिफॉल्ट रिपोर्ट में तो जो डेटा सेट में हमने जो फिल्टर लगाया है, ये रोल क्रिएट किया, तो वो तो रिपोर्ट में तो वैसे ही दिखेगा ना, तो वहां पे सिक्योरिटी देने की जरूरत नहीं है।
नहीं, हम रिपोर्ट को दे ही नहीं रहे हैं ना सिक्योरिटी।
वो परमिशन
सी,
दे रहे हैं ना।
परमिशन वो एक्सेस दे रहे हैं, अगर आप रिपोर्ट को एक्सेस ही नहीं दोगे यूजर्स को तो सिर्फ रोल में ऐड करके फायदा नहीं। रोल का मतलब क्या है कि अगर ये यूजर ये रिपोर्ट एक्सेस करेगा तो ये रिस्ट्रिक्शन रहना चाहिए। बट अगर रिपोर्ट को एक्सेस ही नहीं है यूजर को तो वो अंदर तक आएगा ही नहीं, तो उसको रोल का फायदा ही नहीं ना, राइट। सो देयर आर टू लेवल्स। ओके, फर्स्ट इज योर रिपोर्ट और डेटा सेट। अब यहाँ पे इसके वजह से आप कंफ्यूज हो रहे हो। यहाँ पे मैं जब रिपोर्ट एक्सेस बोल रहा हूँ तो आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट होल रिपोर्ट एंड द डेटा सेट। ठीक है, अभी जैसे पावर बीआई डेस्कटॉप में हमारे पास तो एक ही फाइल है जिसमें रिपोर्ट भी है, जो फ्रंट एंड सेक्शन है, जो विजुअलाइजेशन है, इट इज अ रिपोर्ट, राइट, जहाँ पे हम विजुअलाइजेशन यूज करेंगे, बुकमार्क्स यूज करेंगे। डेटा सेट मीन्स ऑल द टेबल्स, द कैलकुलेशन दैट यू हैव बिल्ट इन हियर, द रिस्ट्रिक्शन दैट यू हैव सेट। ठीक है, अब इस रिपोर्ट को अगर आप सामने वाले को एक्सेस नहीं दोगे तो उसको ये रिपोर्ट नहीं दिखेगा। प्लस it not only depends on the access, it also depends on the license, right? सबसे पहले फर्स्ट सेशन में मैंने डिस्कस किया था कि अगर मुझे कोई रिपोर्ट शेयर करनी है तो मेरे पास पावर बीआई प्रो लाइसेंस होना चाहिए। सामने वाला जो यूजर जिसको मैं शेयर कर रहा हूँ उसके पास अगर लाइसेंस नहीं है, उसका अगर फ्री अकाउंट है, राइट, सो उसको भी लाइसेंस लगेगा ये रिपोर्ट व्यू करने के लिए, इधर प्रो या फिर प्रीमियम। ओके,
ओके सर।
all right. Now let's see an advanced level of report access. Okay, let's see the data for that. This time we will deal with financial sample, even though it's the same thing. Now I have segment, country, and product. Okay. From this, what I need to do, one user has access to, let's say, France, and product is Amarilla and Carretera, and segment is enterprise. Yeah. So this is the combination of three fields which I need to restrict for a particular user. Yeah. Like this, I have 30 or 100 users. Yeah. 100 users has different combination of roles. Okay. 100 users, I need to give different filters for different fields for each of the user. Yeah, it might be possibility that 10 or 20 users may have same kind of access, right? But most of the time it is different, right? So if you think about a solution for this, is it a good solution to go ahead and build a role for each combination? Yeah, like in the manage roles, as we created this new role, is it feasible to create, like, I will say, add country and then add segment and then add product like this? Yeah. So like this for each combination, I would have to create. Yeah. Like first I will say France, then one segment, then one product. Then I will go ahead and add one country, two segment, two products. Yeah. Then one country, three segment, three products like that. So I'll have to create n number of roles, correct? For each combination of the filter, right? Correct? Is that feasible? Like for each country, yeah, for each country, then the other combination, then the other combination, then the other combination, and then maintaining that in the Power BI service. Like for each role, which users will have access to that, which users will have access to this role. Maintaining that, it's not possible, right? If you have this huge amount of users who needs to have a different amount, different kind of filter restriction, yeah, it's not feasible to go ahead and add it manually here, right? In that case, what you will do is you'll create a manual table. You'll create an Excel table. Okay. In that Excel table, what you will mention is this. Okay. In that table, what you'll mention is each user, what all access type that he or she has. Okay. So if you see here, let's say batch 33. If I select batch 33, yeah, this is the combination of filter access that he or she needs. Yeah. So let's go ahead and add batch 37 as well in this row. Okay. So I'll say here like this. Okay. I added all, I think. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm adding randomly a combination of the values. Okay. There you go. Yeah. So I have batch 37 as well. Yeah. So what is this table? This I have manually created by using all the combination of these three columns, right? So I have all the countries, I have all the segments, and I have all the products. Yeah. So for country Canada, all the segments, for all the segments, all the products. Yeah. So for each combination, yeah, each combination, if you have this user access, yeah, like here, oh, we just copied it, right? We didn't change the ID. So we did a mistake. That's 37. Yeah. Okay. All right. So when the batch 37 logs in, yeah, when this user logs in, he would be able to see only Canada country. Segment would be government, mid-market, and small business, and product would be Carretera, Montana, Paseo, and Velo. Yeah. Okay. Let's remove one product. I'll remove Velo. Yeah. So only these many products, three products, three segments, one country. Okay, let's add two countries. Let's say France as well. Okay, so batch 37 should be able to access two countries, three segment, and three products. Okay, so you build a table like this. Okay, you build this table. This time we will save it as Excel file. Validating to have a CSV file. Okay, I'll delete this. Okay, so I have RLS user Excel file that is maintained. What I will do is I'll come here. I will connect that Excel file Yeah. Remember, in this table, you need to mention the email IDs. Okay. Yeah. Now you need to give me the solutions for this. Okay. Now in this table, if you see, I don't have the proper headers. Yeah. I need to push this header values into the header section. What will I do? Guide me, everyone. We have already learned this.
Transform data.
Very good. Okay. In transform data.
Use first row as header.
Very good. That's it. Yeah. So now this table is created. Let's hit close and apply. Okay. So the table is created. Yeah. Now, once the table is created, right? Now, again, I need to apply the row level security here. Yeah. Now, this time, the row level security I will apply on email ID part. Yeah. I will say if the email ID value is equal to user principal name. Yeah. So what is user principal name? Let's add it in page 6. Okay. Here we have a blank space. Okay. Let's add a card. I will create a measure. Let's create it here. Yeah. I'll say URN is equal to user principal name. Okay. So what is this user principal name? Yeah. It stores the user ID who is currently accessing this file. Yeah. So when you are in desktop, it will give me the username that is my system name. Yeah. But if I publish, okay, if I'm in the Power BI service, what will happen? Let's see that. So if I go to the cloud, if I open the report, go to page 6. Yeah. So if you see what it is storing now, it's storing me the user ID, the email ID, which I am using to log in, right? So in your Power BI desktop, it gives you the desktop name. Yeah, that is the system name, the user ID that you are using to access your system. And in the Power BI service, it would give you the email ID. Yeah. So what we are concerned of the email ID, right? So what we are creating the role is that we will create a role. First of all, let's reduce the Okay. So what we are going to do is we will create a role based on the email ID. Yeah. So what we will say is if email ID is equal to user principal name, then give us the filter. Yeah. So I'll create a new role. Here I will call it as RLS user. Okay. Now this filter, this role, I will create it for the RLS user table, right? So I'll say add filter. I'll say add the email ID. Email ID is equal to the DAX function. So I can write the DAX function here. User principal name. Yeah. Is the DAX function correct? Yes. I'll hit save. Yeah. So what will happen now is the row level security table. Yeah. The RLS user table. Yeah. This table if I go ahead and view the role as that user. Yeah. So I select RLS user, but if I select, it won't give anything. Why? Because I need to enter the username. Yeah. Why it is giving blank? Because the role that I created, it says if the email ID is equal to user principal name, right? So currently my user principal name is what this, right? So it is not equivalent to any of the email ID which is there in my row level security table. Agree, everyone? Right? That's why it is giving me blank in the table view, right? So when it will um, give me some rows when when the user principal name is equivalent to the email ID, right? So for that reason, to test it, yeah, I can say other user. So what it will do is it will not take my desktop user ID, but it will take the user ID that I add here. Yeah. So let's say I say batch 37. Okay. I hit enter. There you go. Yeah. So now what is happening? Your RLS table is now filtered for the selection that we needed, right? Yeah. So this will work, right? If I publish this, RLS table would be filtered, right? Okay, good. What was our objective? We wanted to filter the financial sample table, right? To filter the financial sample table using the RLS user table, what we need to do is we need to create a relationship. That means when this table is filtered, it will affect the financial sample table as well, right? That is what we need to do. Yeah. But if you think of it, I have three different columns. So three different relationship for the same table, not possible, right? If you create a relationship with the country, only the country get filtered, but segment and product, all that is there in segment and product in the financials table would be visible. Yeah. So in that case, what you will do is you'll create a composite key. That means with country, segment, product as a value, you will create a composite key here in RLS user and you will create the same thing in financial sample so that you can relate both of them. Yeah. So let's create that. The easiest way to create is using the merge query option. Yeah. So let's go to the RLS user first, country, then segment, then product. I select that. I'll say add columns, merge columns. Yeah. I will add semicolon as the uh, separator. I will call this as comp key. Yeah. Same thing. I will go to financial sample table and I will create the same country, segment, product, merge columns. Again, separator would be semicolon. I'll name this as comp key. Hit OK. I get the composite key results here, right? Hit close and apply. Okay. Now I can go ahead and create a relationship, right? So I'll go here. Okay. There are so many tables here. Yeah. So it feels like confusing where to add and why to add. Yeah. So I'll create a new tab. Yeah. Why to create a new tab so that you can easily add the relationship and you can easily view it. Yeah. So what two tables I need to relate? One is RLS user, the other is financial sample. Okay. Comp key, comp key. Okay. Let's add both because both has multiple values. Yeah. So both I have added. Now let's try to test that row. Yeah. So other user plus RLS user. Why I'm using other user? Because my user ID is at the desktop name. Yeah. So I need an email ID to test it. So I'll enter the email ID. .com. That's it. Let's enter. So right now it is viewing this user ID. Let's go to the table. Let's see financials table. Is it filtering? No. Is it filtering? No. Is this filtering? No. Yeah. So it's failing for some reason. Is the RLS user filtered? Yes, it is filtered. I have this composite key here. First, let's test whether the relationship is properly created or not. Yeah. So I'll take a table. I'll say composite key. Yeah. Now everything is visible here, right? Let's take the composite key from RLS user. It will filter, right? So when I'm using the fields from the RLS user table, then it's filtering. Yeah. But what I need is I don't need to do that because the complete report I will have to change. I will have to remap the fields from RLS user, which is not good, right? So I need to directly apply the filter, apply the relationship whenever the row level security is active. For that, you just need to do one small thing. Yeah. Go to that relationship, enable security. This will enable the row level security to work. There you go. Right. As soon as I applied that, you'll see that now if you go to financial sample, you'll see the two countries that are there. Just give me one moment, guys. Yeah. I'll be back. Okay. So sorry, guys. Yeah. So as I said, now the relationship would work and the restriction would also. Yeah. So I can see the two countries, three products, and three segments. Yeah. So this is the advanced level of row level security and how you apply it. Yeah. Clear till here, everyone? It was a very important topic. This is also most of the time asked in the interviews. Okay. Yeah. Have you used row level security in the past? Yeah. So when they ask this question, mention the user principal name so that they will know, okay, you have used the advanced level of row level security as well. Yeah. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this was about row level security. Now we'll stop here today, and tomorrow we will start with the Power BI service. So first we will look at the reports option, all these options, and then we will see the options that are available here. We will also see what is a dashboard. Yeah. And then on Friday, we will cover data set, which will have the data gateway and the other topics, yeah, related to the data set. Okay. And then on Monday, we will learn about what is an app, what is deployment pipelines. Yeah. Then we have what is a data set. A data set we have already seen, sorry. So we will see what is a data flow, right? All this we will learn on Monday. And on Tuesday, we will go through how to build a resume, what kind of interview questions might be there, right? So Tuesday would be our last session. Yeah. All right. So let's not miss this coming 4 days. That is Thursday, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday, so that we can cover all the topics. Okay. All right. Let's stop
सर
here
वो
for
यूजर
today.
आईडी कैसे है यूजर आईडी कैसे लिया आपने अभी जो
कौन सा
report
यूजर
में
आईडी?
वो शनु डॉट डेस्कटॉप का
यूजर प्रिंसिपल नेम
हाँ
नेक्स्ट फंक्शन।
ओके तो इसको ये करने के बाद उधर वो
हाँ, ये डेक्स
Pop up
फंक्शन
हो गया।
आपको हमेशा हाँ यूजर प्रिंसिपल नेम देगा, उसको मैंने कार्ड में पॉपुलेट किया बस।
कार्ड में
कार्ड में यूआरएल ये मेजर पॉपुलेट किया, ये बस आपको दिखाने के लिए मैंने पॉपुलेट किया, हमको रिपोर्ट में डालने की जरूरत नहीं है।
यस
क्यों?
ओके
सर
हाँ
सर अगर मैं ये जो यूजर ये जो नेम है आपने ये जो लिया था कार्ड में, अगर ये मैं निकाल दूं तो वहां पे अदर्स में डालने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी ना फिर रोल्स
नहीं,
में?
अदर्स में डालने की जरूरत है ना, ये तो बस एक कार्ड विजुअल है, वो विजुअल है। यहाँ पे हम जब टेस्ट कर रहे हैं तो अदर यूजर में डालना ही पड़ेगा अगर आपको टेस्ट करना है तो।
अच्छा
वो विजुअल का और इसका कोई रिलेशन नहीं। ओके
ठीक है हाँ।
all right, so let's stop here for today, let's continue tomorrow. Yeah, okay, thank you everyone.
थैंक यू सर।